the other night on PBS, and I know some of you are going to give me grief about this. You know, like, yeah, Monk was like, hey, you know, if you're going to be part of the Poppy Society, I'm sorry, what with the royal, here, let me give them a plug, okay? The Scarlet Poppy Society, who, by the way, subbed to Citizen Kong, and I subbed back. And the Scarlet Poppy Society, and this is a group that is dedicated to horror-themed material. And I forgot under what guise. I think it was the Black Fez told me my choice of movies that I talked about last week, that I need to start watching more slasher type horror movies. And I'll tell you, I've seen my share of them. In fact, I was talking with somebody today about a classic Italian film called Suspiria. Suspiria, by the way, there's a trilogy, and his most recent one, but I can't name it, something about tears or something, Mother's Tears or something, has just been recently released. So any of you that are fans of that director that did Suspiria, which some of the scenes are still etched in my mind when I saw it in the movie theater when I was a kid. Getting back to, oh, I'm not wearing my watch. Huh. Can't have Fez night if I'm not wearing my watch. That's what's wrong. I knew something was missing. As you can see, I just took a shower. My ponytail is still wet. Oh my. And yeah, it's my brother. My brother loves those movies. I mean, you know, The Exorcist, The Omen. You know, he took me to go see, oh, and I forgot the name of it again. The Devil's Rejects. Took me to see that, you know, directed by Rob Zombie. And insisted that I go. I took him there for his birthday when that was released. To be honest, I don't myself actively seek out those kind of movies. I'll sit through them, and I'll always have some appreciation for them, but I don't purposely seek getting the willies, you know. Oh well, what can I say? Just a sentimental fool. So yeah, okay. So you're gonna give me grief. PBS had a new cut of the film with James Mason and Judy Garland, A Star Is Born, and I was like, oh geez, you know, this is a pretty cornball thing. And what intrigued me though, it was a new cut where there were lost footage, and somebody went through the Warner Brothers archives and came up with stills that were taken on the set of A Star Is Born, and somehow the actual footage was lost, but they still had the soundtrack, or the sound, the dialogue. So there was Judy Garland and James Mason speaking, and they put stills in, and then there was even some footage you could tell was like, I don't know, it was raw looking. It was kind of interesting, and James Mason character is like a total lush drinker, you know, had it all and threw it away by boozing it up. Some of you may remember the Barbra Streisand version of A Star Is Born. Crap. But this was actually not bad, you know, and I could see the appeal. I never had the appeal for Judy Garland, but I was beginning to get a glimpse into that. Why she became an icon of the old school gay community, you know, gay men. You know how they all adore Cher, you know, and I guess some like Madonna, you know, and et cetera, et cetera. But you could tell by watching it, like, you could just tell she was just wired to the bone, you know, on speed, you know, amphetamines, which was part of her whole career. They were giving her pep pills from when she was a teenager to make her lose weight, and then she was taking sleeping pills at night. Just the beginning of the days when they first discovered, they were still, you know, getting used. Pharmaceuticals were figuring out these things, you know, uppers and downers, and now they know better. But back then it was like a new thing, and I could see the appeal. I know better now. It's not good. It's not good. Drinking's not good either. But at least we've had thousands of years of experience with it, right? We kind of know pretty much. Us people that have a European ancestry kind of knows our bodies are somewhat adjusted. Not all of us though. Anyway, drink up again, hey. But I got a kick out of there was a line in the movie where the head of the studio that fired James Mason said, "Oh yeah, the drinking has got to him. He's the shell of a man, and you could tell it's in his acting, and he's just not all there." And I thought, and he just said it happens to all of them, something along those lines. And I thought to myself, well, what about Peter O'Toole? The guy was like a boozer, I mean, he quit drinking, and he's still alive as far as I know, but, I'm sure it affected him being on the set and things like that, but he still was a great actor, despite being a boozer. Anyway, enough of that. Yeah, and I'll get grief about that. Oh, I need to watch more slasher movies. Okay, somebody recommend a slasher movie, and I've seen those really low budget ones. My brother used to drag me to all those ones, like, The Hills Have Eyes, the original one. I didn't see the recent one. My brother was telling me about Saw. I did not go to see that. But I can remember like going through that period where there was all those like movies based on holidays like Black Christmas or Mother's Day. Mother's Day I'll never forget. What a crazy premise for a movie.